but that was true to the Voting Rights Act, and we found that we could. And so as we went through the details of the possibilities, I'm happy to report that every single member of the California delegation is willing to support a plan to do that. We cannot stand here. We cannot stand here and just shrug as Trump and the Republicans try and rig the rules so they can avoid responsibility for the damage that they have done to this country. We need a break on them, and we can get it in the midterm elections. I'll tell you, when we were in the majority, we didn't strip health care from Americans. We provided health care with the Affordable Care Act. And the mastermind of that is someone I'd like to introduce next, the most effective speaker in the history of the United States, Nancy Pelosi.
Thank you very much, Zoe. I think it's very clear from listening to our presenters so far that the Republicans are acting because they have bankruptcy of ideas. They have no winning ideas to present to the American people, and they cannot defend their actions legitimately. So they're trying to do it and rig it illegitimately. I want to thank our governor for his leadership, his persistence in protecting and defending our Constitution and our democracy. Thank you, Governor Newsom. It's an honor to be here with the Speaker of the Assembly and the President Pro Tem of the Senate of our legislature, and hear their clear message about what this means to California, but more importantly, to our country. And I join them in welcoming the courageous members of the Texas delegation who are here. We thank you not only for your courage, but for your patriotism. For your patriotism. I've said to you before, at the beginning of our country, Thomas Paine said, "The times have found us." Times found them to form a new country, to write a constitution, and the rest, thank God, they made it amendable. And now the times found Lincoln, then found Lincoln to save that country, the unity of that country. And now the times have found all of us, and especially our Texas delegation, to save our Constitution. I'm from Maryland originally, and I'm very proud that the national anthem was written there. And my favorite line in the anthem is, "Proof through the night that our flag was still there." We have a responsibility to prove through the night of this Trump administration, the darkness of it all, that our flag is still there with liberty and justice for all. And that is what I'm so proud of, the leadership of all of our California delegation in Congress, but also our state legislature as well. Zoe Lofgren has led the way as the leader of our House Democrats from California in the unity that she mentioned about our delegation. And this is something that we are unified on, to honor our oath of office to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. The President has paved over the Rose Garden. He's paved over freedom of speech. He's paved over freedom of education. The list goes on and on. Independent judiciary, rule of law, pave it over, but we will not let, he's gone too far, and we will not let him pave over free and fair elections in our country, starting with what he's trying to do in Texas, countering that. So this isn't two wrongs, or as was mentioned, it's not a wrong in what we're doing. This is self-defense for our democracy. They have hit out at our democracy, and we are here to defend it. I thank again our Texans for their leadership, for their courage, most of all for their patriotism. And now I'm very pleased to yield to our distinguished leader in all of this effort, someone who was right out there right from the start, who brings us together, making us so very proud, our Governor, Gavin Newsom.
Thank you. Let me thank everybody for taking the time to be here, and let me welcome all of you to Governor Ronald Reagan's home. Reminded of Governor Reagan's last speech in the Oval Office, where he talked about the life force of new Americans. He talked about Lady Liberty's torch. And here we are, fast forward decades later, appropriately with a portrait of Ronald Reagan looking down on the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, who's trying to light a torch on democracy. He's trying to roll back the last half century. He wants to put America in reverse on LGBT